Hello and welcome. I'm Walter, the Bearded Hooker, and this is block 9. And we are going to be making the shells and cords stitch. It is a multiple of 7 plus 2, and we're going to start with a chain of 30. So make your slip knot and then chain 30 and 30. And so we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the 6th chain from the hook, and that is your shell. So remember, we never count the loop on the hook as a chain. So 2, 4, 6. So it's double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in the same chain. And that's what it'll look like. And then we're going to skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet in each of the next 2. So 1, 2, we're going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to do the shell, which again is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So we're skipping these 2, and we're going to do the shell. Chain 2. We're going to skip 2 chains. Skip, skip. Double crochet in the next 2 chains. Skip 2 chains and make a shell, which again is 2 double crochets. Chain 2, 2 double crochets. We're going to skip 2 chains, a double crochet in the next 2 chains. We're going to skip 2 chains. We're going to do a shell, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. We're going to skip 2 double crochets, and then we're going to double crochet in the last chain. And that is row 1. This is a 2 row repeat, which will be nice. So that is row 1. So we're going to chain 3, turn. This counts as your first double crochet. And then in the chain 2 space, we're going to shell, which is the 2 double crochets. Chain 2, 2 double crochets. Now we're going to front post double crochet around the first double crochet. So you yarn over and you go from front to back around the shaft of the stitch, and double crochet, and then we're going to do that a second time. And then we're going to shell in the shell, which again is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then front post double crochet around here. So we're going to yarn over, go from front to back around the double crochet. Shell in shell. Chain 2. Two double crochets, and there's our shell. Again, we're going to do the front post double crochet around the double crochet. And then shell in your last shell. Chain 2. And finishing off the shell. And then we're going to double crochet in the top of the turning chain, which is right here. And this is your right side, so I'm going to put my stitch marker here so I know that this is my right side. So for row 3, we're going to chain 3, shell in your first shell, chain 2, now we're going to do back post double crochets around the front post double crochets. So to do a back post double crochet, you want to bring your hook from the back of your work to the front of your work and pull up a loop. So to do that again, yarn over, go behind. So this is the front of the work because it's facing me. This is the back of the work because it's behind. So behind the post, you come in front of the post, pull up a loop, pull it around, and that is your back post double crochets. So then shell in shell, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And we're going to do the back post. So yarn over, go behind the work, put your hook forward towards you, then go back behind the work, pull up the loop. So you yarn over, you go behind the work, in front of the post, pull up the loop, and pull it from behind. And then shell in shell. Back post. The hook comes behind the work to the front of the work, across the front of the post, back behind the work, grab your loop, pull it through, and that's your back post. Again, it's behind to the front, back to behind, pull the yarn across the front into the back, and that's your back post double crochet. And then we're going to shell in shell. And that completes row 3. We're going to chain 3, turn, and remember that counts as our first double crochet. We're going to shell in shell. And then if you see here from our first, from row 2, this was our front post, and this is our back post. When they're facing the same side, this is what is the start of our cable. So now we're going to go back to, so this is row 4. So row 4, we're going back to the front post, again, which is yarn over, And now I'm on the front of the work, and I'm going to go behind the post of the double crochet and pull up a loop, and that's extending the cable. And again, another front post, shell and shell, front post, shell and shell, front post, shell and shell, and then double crochet in the top of your chain 3, which was your first double crochet, which counted as your first double crochet, and that's row 4. So this is a 2-row repeat, so we repeat rows 3 and 4. And really the only difference between each row is that when you're doing row 3, it's a back post, and when you're doing row 4, it's a front post. And then you'll do this for until it reaches the 7 inches. I am going to do row 3 just one more time because the back post, I think, is probably a newer stitch for folks. So we're going to chain 3, shell and shell, and then the back post is you're going behind the work, around the post, pull up the loop, and finish your double crochet. So back post, behind the work, in front of the post, pull the yarn to the back, and that is your back post double crochet. Then we're shelling and shell, behind, behind, and finishing it off with a double crochet. And as you can see, it's kind of wanting to curl up a little, which is fine, because when we block it, it will all straighten out. But so that is the shells and cords stitch. I will finish this, put the border on it, block it, and be back. Hello and welcome back. Here is the finished square. It's the shells and cords. Here's the cords, and then the shells are the 4 rows on the outside of the 3 rows of cords. This is, again, I really like squares and stitches that have this additional texture. And my apologies, a police officer is going by. Okay, so as we have done in each of the previous 8 squares, the border is done with the eye or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, 3 single crochets in the corner, 25 evenly spaced to the other corner, 3 single crochets, and then repeat that around. Round 2 is 3 single crochets in the middle of the 3 single crochet group. Then it's 27 around. And that completes today's square. Again, it is the shells and cords stitch square. Thank you for joining me. If you like this, please like and subscribe and share with anybody who you think would enjoy this content. Thank you. Have a great day. And remember to keep on hooking.